All right, now that I have your attention, let's talk about how much a blast I had at DreamCon. DreamCon probably was the best convention I've ever been to, like as far as vending, attending, period. I mean, so I had a table. I had two tables actually at the convention, and I would say this probably was the best convention, man, ever. I swear I had the most fun, met the most interesting people, like minded, all of that type of stuff. So it probably was the best thing that I can ever see myself going to, and I definitely am going to rebook as soon as the applications come up again. I mean, I just had so much fun there, and I know I clickbaited y'all with the title, but I gotta tell y'all how much of the shit this convention was. First, I'm gonna talk about how it was vending, because vending is different than regular attending. So I had to get there early. I had definitely had to get there on Thursday so I could set up, bring all my merchandise in and stuff like that. For anybody who hasn't seen my channel, I customize shoes. I do other stuff too. I paint. I sell shadow boxes. I sell all type of stuff. And with this particular convention, I brought one of my homeboys with me. He sell anime shirts, shirts with rappers on it, shirts with musicians and all that type of stuff. He into like the graphic tee type of scene. So when I told him I got accepted, he wanted to come bring his stuff. So I thought, hey, why not? Just send me the money for the extra table and we're gonna get it cracking. So with this convention, it was, I was uncertain about it because I know the audience was different than the ones I usually do. So, a lot of the times it's not as many black people there as it was at DreamCon. So I didn't know, I put it like this, I kind of knew the audience because, I'm black, I grew up around black people, but at the same time, you never know what they're gonna buy. I'm used to vending a certain type of way, so I knew I had to tweak it to a degree. So first of all, if you're somebody that wants to vend, I highly recommend. Because the atmosphere was great, loading in was pretty easy. I had no problems doing it. The whole process went pretty smooth. Getting the booth, the only thing that was kind of complicated to me was getting the Texas sales license or whatever. Because I don't think they have a state income tax or whatever. So it was kind of difficult to get that. Here in Tennessee, you get taxed for everything. So that was pretty annoying to have to get. Other than the tax license, matter of fact, forget all that. Let me show y'all what I was selling so you could get a gist. So if you went, you could probably recognize my booth. So I sold a lot of these shadow boxes right here. I don't know if you can see that in the light. But I'm from Memphis, so I make these a lot. John Morant sells a whole lot. So I made a whole bunch of these. I had some at the house still for when I got back because I'm going to an event the following Saturday. So I sold those. I sold my paintings I had. If you see it, I'm trying to get the glare out of it. Spider-Man with the Jordan. So normally what I do with my paintings is that I do a character with a shoe on it, just one that matches. And the other thing I brought with me was my custom shoes. These Joker pairs I took with me there. I say I had about 40 pairs of shoes when I went, and I say I brought back 16. So I sold majority of them. I sold majority of them. And the 16 I got, I'll just take to the next convention. Some of these I might bring back to DreamCon next year, like just to display or whatever. Like I had these as well. These Piccolo. They didn't even look dark in the camera. But Piccolo Piccolo and Gohan, this Piccolo and Gohan pair, I had this pair as well. So the shoes did pretty well there. So I had a very successful convention. So like if you look in the VN and you make anything that's especially something that's different, like it's a whole bunch of people selling art prints. So I didn't want to just bring my art prints because I just fit in with everybody else. I wanted to have something that would bring the table out and make it pop real well and all of that. So that's definitely why I did those other things. And that leads me to the last thing that we were selling at our table, which is these shirts right here. We had this one. I can't find my other ones. I got all these shirts. And we had this one. We had, let me move it to where you see it. We had an anime one, like they had all the main characters of all the popular animes. We had a Beyonce one. We had a Michael Jackson one. So if you're interested in these shirts, if you went to DreamCon and you saw them and you wanted one, you wonder where people got it from. They got it from us. So my homeboy page is 97 Ramir on Instagram, or his personal page is John Gotcha. So JohnGotcha. So you can go follow him and order a shirt from him. He'll get you right. He got plenty of them still on hand. I think he sold out of the Beyonce one. That was the only one I think he don't have. But he got you. He got some more coming. If don't nobody got you, John got you. That's his slogan. But we typically go to events together, especially the local events here in Memphis. And he said he does pretty well with his shirts. I do well with my shoes and canvases and stuff like that. So that was the main thing we wanted to bring to the convention and sell different stuff that people just didn't have. So it's like if you came to our table, you're gonna get something that you're not gonna find at other tables. Like I know other people had shirts, I know other people had art prints, but nobody had shadow boxes. Nobody really had custom shoes and stuff like that. So we wanted to be unique and we wanted to have different stuff. So that's one thing I like. If you thinking about vending there, definitely try to do something that's different. Don't copy me now. but you know what I'm saying, try to bring something new to the table, like that's not going to be seen there, so that way you can have some type of competitive advantage. Because I could say, as far as this convention, I probably made more money than I ever have at any other convention. Now the money part leads straight into my next topic, is how many people were there. I don't know how many, but it felt like about 50,000. I doubt it was that much, but it was a lot. Like it was a whole lot. So if they told me it was 30,000 people there, I'd believe it. Because it was literally that many. It was that crowded. So it was. I can see how that contributed to us making as much money as we made. So I'm literally, you was elbow to elbow everywhere you was walking with somebody. So you got to say excuse me a million times before you get to your destination. Oh, and then the bathrooms, like the good thing about being a vendor is that you there before everybody and before the doors open. But when I tell you, man, you better take that shit before you leave that hotel. Like, man, you whatever you need to do in the bathroom, do that shit before you leave the hotel or wherever, or your house or whatever. Do not come to there and have to use the bathroom. When I tell you the convention opened at 10 o'clock, at 10:05, it was a line to take a shit. Terrible. Like, terrible. So I was sitting there like, man, I ain't even have to do it, but it was just like, dang, I made sure, because I've done conventions before. I already know, like, look, if you got to do all that, man, you got to make sure you take care of that before you even leave the hotel. But that's beside the point. I just had to let y'all know, like, that was terrible. And then it only had like 2 stalls, and I mean, it was a line for it. So, but anyway, the crowd was great. It was a lot of people. I got to meet a lot of good new artists that I haven't met before, because a lot of these people, I've never been to Texas before this convention. So I met a lot of local artists in Texas. Like when I do the other conventions like Fan Expo or Planet Comic Con Kansas City or something like that, like a lot of those people kind of frequent the same event, so I kind of see them often. But this time I met a whole new cast of people from all over, and then especially like a lot of black artists and stuff like that. So it was very encouraging for me to see that, because a lot of times when I'm out and I'm doing that, it's just me by myself, or it's me and one other person. It's not a lot of people that's vending at these places that's black, just being honest with you. So, and even if they are, they still not doing what I'm doing. So, I was very happy to see that, very happy to network with other people, form some connections and stuff like that. I met a guy that he was had the booth across from me, like directly in front of me, and he was from New Orleans, and I've been to New Orleans several times to the convention there, and he said he's 20 years old, and he said he never had done that convention there, and he asked me could I help him get into it. Like, oh, absolutely. So I know the people who host it, so that'll be easy. See, an easy connection right there. It's nothing for me to help him get into that convention. That's in his hometown. Cost of overhead is lower, whatever. But enough business. Enough business. Let's talk about the other stuff that happened at the convention. Since I was stuck at the booth majority of the time, I missed a lot of the events. So I had, a couple of my homeboys, my girlfriend was with me, all of us, I had them go to the events and record. So just kind of how I can see it, I can see it on the back end. That's kind of how I enjoyed it. So I got some clips that I'm going to put in here showing you guys what happened with the videos and stuff like that. And then, hopefully y'all can see some of what I saw. I mean, I saw a lot of, the aftermath and all of that, but, seeing it, it's nothing like seeing it live. And the other thing too is like, especially like since I'm going back to the vending thing, is vending gave me the opportunity to meet RDC. So, John came through and said, hey, y'all, they getting ready to come out. So if y'all want to meet them or y'all got something y'all want to give to them, hey, go and get it ready. So all the vendors had a chance to pretty much meet them. They walked around in a circle, tried to hit all the booths. I don't know if they did, but they did come to us. And I was able to give Leland a pair of Magneto shoes. I made some Magneto shoes. Honestly, I don't even think I took a picture of those shoes, to be honest with you. But if I did, I'll put it in here. But I was able to give Leland a pair of shoes that I made with Magneto because they said he liked those. His sister said he would like those, and I ended up giving them to his sister to give to him. And I told him, once I ended up meeting with him, I told him, like, hey, your sister's supposed to be giving you some shoes from me. But I said so. But anyways, I ended up giving Leland, Ben, and Mark all some of my canvases that I have. So, I felt good about doing that, and they really appreciated it. And my boy John that makes the shirts I was telling you guys about, he ended up giving Ben, Leland, and Mark all shirts and stuff like that too. So we was able to meet them, have a brief conversation with them. Like obviously I can't take up all their time, but we had a brief conversation. They asked us about the art, asked us about things that like how RDC inspired us to come here and stuff like that. So we got a chance to get them their flowers while we could. I mean, I'm a little bit older than them, so it probably hits different coming from me, but like it's good for me. It was good to tell them, like, hey, I really appreciate you guys doing this work and creating this opportunity for people like us to come together and have this event, because you don't see that too often. So especially if you're somebody that's thinking about vending, for sure, if you want the opportunity to meet them, I think that's the best thing to do, because they were like, if you wanted to meet them during the event, you were gonna have a hard time, because they were jam packed busy the entire time. Like you couldn't get them. Like I met a guy who was since I was vending, I met a guy who was behind the scenes who was real close to them. He said, hey, I can get you an opportunity to meet them. We were supposed to meet them Saturday, but we didn't get that chance because they couldn't get away. They had to do meet and greets. They had 3 different directions pulling on them, so it just wasn't able to happen Saturday. So I had to wait until Sunday night until we was getting ready to leave to meet them. So I got a picture with Ben for sure that I'm gonna put in here, and then but Leland, I didn't get a picture with Leland and Mark. I wish I had, but I got a picture with Ben, and I got a picture with my homeboys that I put in here too, just showing, hey, we were here, we had fun. Overall, I feel like the convention was a very, very big success. I mean, we just enjoyed ourselves the entire time. We didn't get to go to the after party or anything like that because it was RSVP, sold out or whatever. But overall, even without going, I had fun. Austin is a pretty cool city. The only thing I hated, man, was that 10-hour drive getting here. So I'm from Memphis. It's really like 9 hours and 15 minutes away. But I had my girlfriend with me, so I had to make like 6 stops to use the bathroom. So, any of my fellas, you know how that is, man. I'm ready to get there. Like I was pushing the whole way. Like I was trying to get there. But we had made those stops, and another thing, I had never stopped at Buc-ee's before. Buc-ee's was a pretty cool stop. I had never been there before. I heard people talking about it a lot, but I had never been there. And then it's like outside of Texas, it's like few and far between. But once you get in Texas, it was like I ran into one like every hour. Like I ran into one like every 2 hours. It was a Buc-ee somewhere. So I was like, dang, But outside of Texas, you never see them. So, but anyway, overall, the trip was fun. Had a blast. I'm talking about like one of the best conventions. Like I'm not even gonna say one of the best convention I've been to. So, and I heard that people were having problems with like streamers coming there complaining that it was weird, and people cosplaying and all that type of stuff. And what I would say to that is that that's probably not your environment. Like you not like, if you not okay with people dressing up and enjoying their favorite characters and stuff like that, you need to go somewhere where people who are more like you are at. Like, don't come to a place, a safe haven for black people who enjoy this type of stuff and want to do this type of stuff. Don't come to a safe haven for them and then try to shame them for what they like. I disagree with that wholeheartedly. Like, let them enjoy themselves, let them do what they want to do, and you just go somewhere where you can enjoy yourself and not be judgmental. Like that's crazy to me that you would go somewhere and judge people like that. But I heard last year they was having problems with lines and stuff like that as far as for the events, but I didn't see none of that this time. I saw none of that. Everything that I saw was pretty smooth. You know, like I know like the lines were long as hell. Now don't get me wrong, it was packed in there. But as far as people skipping and people having issues, you know, I got a you know premium badge, and I supposed to get in here and like, I didn't see none of those problems. So, but anyway, I don't want to ramble too long on this video. I just want to let you guys know that DreamCon is the best convention that I've ever been to. Huge shout out to RDC. I mean, keep doing the great work. I mean, hopefully it keeps expanding and growing, and people keep getting into it, and you know the best things that we can offer keep getting into it. You know, like better artists come in, more artists come in. People keep putting in more work, and people bringing different things into the convention and stuff like that. I really think that can help improve the convention over time, and it just keeps growing and getting better. Like I heard that they might be moving it next year to a bigger location. Even so, that's great news because that means it's expanding, and if it's expanding, that means it's gonna be around. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited about this convention. I hope they grow. I wish them all the best. You know, I'm glad that I was able to get them some artwork. I mean, pretty sure they got 1 million pieces from everybody else. Why would mine stand out? But I don't care as long as they got it. You know, that's just a token of appreciation from me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know I clickbaited y'all with the title and all of that, but you know, I just had to say how well done of a convention this was, and how many different things you can do, how much you can learn from it. You know, like if you're a content creator, you want to grow, and it's things that you want to learn and whatever. Like it was so many opportunities to learn it, because you didn't just have to learn it from them. It was all type of small time. I ain't gonna say small time, just people with smaller followings than them. You know, I met a guy named Shizzlemac on Instagram. I try to see if I can tag his profile on here too. And I was able to give him a canvas and stuff like that too, just to show love, you know, because I've seen him before, but I didn't know who he was when I saw him, you know. So, you know what I'm saying. So it's like you see all type of streamers and stuff like that. Like it was, I'm talking about everybody in there had a camera, like almost everybody in there had a camera. So you could, like literally, 2 out of every 4 people had a camera, vlogging and doing something or recording something or doing like this. So it's like a whole bunch of aspiring YouTubers and aspiring everything. If that's what you into, that's the place to go. So I don't want to ramble too long on this video. I just want to let you guys know that, please, like if you into that, please go, especially for us black creators and stuff like that. That's a perfect safe haven for you. You know, just, you know, like I said, if you're one of the people that's going to be judgmental about people being in cosplay and all of that, don't go. But if you really an aspiring content creator and you want to grow and you want to meet new people, meet like-minded people, meet people that's on the same wavelength as you, because I think that's the most important thing. Because, you know, everything in there, you know, you seem like, you know, okay, they got 5 million subscribers, 5 million followers, blah, 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 all this and all that, and you only got 200. It's plenty of people in there with 200 that you can link up with, and y'all can talk notes, and then y'all can go to the panels about how to build your channel and all of that. You can do all of that together. So, you know, I think that's the best part about it, is it's 1 million of y'all. You can grow your following by at least 200 just by talking to people. So, but anyway, I appreciate you guys. If you made it this far, I appreciate you watching this video. Go to DreamCon 2025, man. I'm pretty sure it'll be great. Hopefully I should be back. You know, Lord permits. But as soon as they send that link out, I'm definitely gonna rebook. I might get a 3rd table this time. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys thought about DreamCon. If you had fun, if you had any complaints, if you saw me there, if you bought something from me, because I sold, I sold just about anything I had. So, you know what I'm saying, I brought back, only thing I brought back was a few shoes, and I brought back the prints I had, but you know, that's nothing to bring back in my displays. So my car was a lot less packed on the way back than it was on the way there. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this, man. Let me know, man. Whatever you got to tell me about the con. If you had something, you had a bad experience, let me know. If you enjoyed it, if you bought something from me, if you remember me there, like whatever. But, you know, just like, comment, subscribe, you know, help your boy out. I'm still trying to grow myself, see? Still trying to grow myself. But holla back.